Hi guys, for this week's Tech Tuesday, we are going to be learning how to set up a Google Doc in Common Paper format. Common Paper format is what you're going to use to type all of your essays in. It follows the same format as MLA, and you've probably been learning about that in your English classes while you're doing your research papers. That is the format that you're going to be using to cite all of your sources. And so we're going to be setting up our papers in MLA format. You're going to be using that all through high school and probably in college as well. And so it's a good idea to learn this format and learn how to set up your page orientations and your margins and all of those things as well. So I'm going to go through with you how to set up Common Paper format, and you're also going to have a link to this Google Doc as well provided for you so you can follow the directions to set up your own Common Paper format template. So first thing you're going to want to do is to open a new Google Doc. You'll probably want to put this in your ELA folder probably, but you will use this for any of your classes that you write an essay in, so you could just leave it out into your drive if you want to. You're going to want to rename your document, change it from Untitled Document to Common Paper format. And I would go ahead and put template on this, Common Paper format template. And then every time you are ready to start a new one, you can just open this template and make a copy of it for every essay that you write. Okay, so we're over here on the directions now on step B, on number 1B, select appropriate font and size. There are two options that you're going to have, Arial or Times New Roman. Those are the only two font options that you have. So on your font options, it will probably default to Arial. You could just leave it at that. You can use Arial, or you can go down and find Times New Roman. Those are your only two options. So you can't use any kind of fancy font style or a real cute one like Chewy or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave mine Arial. And you want to make sure that your font size is on a 12. I'm going to go ahead and make my page a little bit larger here so that you can see what the font size is. It defaults to 11. I'm going to go ahead and change that to a 12. Okay, let's put it back over here to the side again. The next one tells you to rename your file to match the name of the assignment. We made ours Common Paper format template. Every time you make a copy of yours for your assignment, you're going to want to make this name whatever it is that matches your assignment. So if it's your research paper, you may say research and then whatever. Your teacher should give you instructions on what they want it titled. Okay, creating a header. Probably most of you have never made a header before in Google Docs, and so this is probably something new. So if we're going to go through these steps, A says to click on the Insert tab and then go down to Header. So we're going to go to Insert and then all the way down here to Header. And then it tells you to choose the right Align tool. Again, I'm going to make this big so that you can see that on your toolbar. And so we're going to choose, so your alignment tools are up here at the top. You should know how to use those by now, but your Align Right is this one. And then your next direction says type your last name and add one space. So I'm going to type in my last name, and I'm going to put just one space in. The next one says to click on the Insert and then Page Number. Choose the option with the page number in the top right-hand corner. So we're going to go up to Insert and then Page Number, and we're going to choose the one that shows it in the top right-hand corner right here. This one right here will not put a page number on your first page. That's for a different type of format. And so even though it shows it in the top right-hand corner, this first page doesn't have one. So we want to make sure we select the one that shows the page number on the very first page. Then it tells you to click back onto the body of your essay. That's your next instruction. Let me get back here. So double click on the body of your page to close the header, which is what I just did. Okay, whenever I split screen this, you see that it goes off to the side, but if I scroll over, it's still there. It's just not showing it completely. Okay, the next direction over here says, this is on your page setup, and it tells you to click on the File tab and then go to Page Setup. So we're going to go to File, and then Page Setup is all the way down here at the bottom, and we're going to set all the margins to 1 inch. They may already be defaulted to 1 inch, but you need to check here and make sure that the top, the bottom, the left, and the right all say 1. Your orientation, needs to be portrait. Landscape turns it long ways. So if you flip your paper sideways, if you ever want to do something the other direction, that's what landscape orientation is. So for our essays, we always want them in portrait. And then your paper size should automatically be 8.5 by 11. So you want to make sure that that's it. Leave your page colors white. Whenever you're typing an essay, your teachers don't want to see your essays on black paper with white font. Leave your page color white with the black font whenever you're doing a formal essay. And then click OK. Okay, we're on step number 4 now. It says type the assignment information. And then it has 4 different steps for you under this. So first is type your first and last name and press the enter key once. And guys, capitalize your names. So you're going to put in your first name and your last name and make sure they're both capitalized. Hit enter one time, only once. Then you're going to type in your teacher's last name. I'm going to just go ahead and put in teacher's last name on mine. You would actually put in whatever your teacher's last name is on that one. Then you'll hit enter just one time. And then we're on C, type the assignment name and press the enter key once. So I'm going to go ahead and type in assignment name. You would actually put the assignment name. So if you are doing a research paper, you can go ahead and put the name of that. If you are doing a paper on the Civil War for Mr. McFarland, you could put Civil War on there. And so whatever your assignment name is, that's what you're going to put on that. For your template, you could go ahead and put just the word assignment name to remind yourself of what goes there. Hit enter one time again. It says type the date the assignment is due in the following format: day, then month, then year. And it shows you an example over here on the page. And then, so today is the 16th of February, 2016. And so it should look just like this. I know that's not the traditional way that we always write a date. So you want to make sure that you put it in this format. So I'm going to type in 16, put one space, February, one space, and then 2016, and then hit the enter key one time again. Okay, now we're on number 5. Number 5 tells us to change our line spacing. Notice that this is all single line space. It's nice and close together. Now we're going to make it double line space. We want it double line space for our actual essay. And so to do that, we're going to click up on the Format tab, and then we're going to go down here to line spacing. Right now, it was actually set on 1.5, so I didn't check that before we started. So if yours is set on 1.5, we're going to want to go back and change that. So let's do that before we go on to the double line spacing. I want to go back up here, not in my header. I want to go right back up here and highlight this information. I'm going to go to Format, Line Spacing, and I'm going to change it to single. That actually moves it a little bit closer together. And then put my cursor back here. Now I'm going to change it again because now I want it to have a double line spacing. So I'm going to go back into my format, go to line spacing, and I'm going to change it to double. So now whenever I hit it, there's going to be 2 lines in between to do that. So we're on number 6 over here. And that's where we're going to add in our title. So it says change the alignment by clicking the center alignment button. So I'm going to go back here and make this a big screen. Oops. Make this a big screen again. And we want to choose the center alignment button. So we're going to use our alignment tools. Do not try to space over or tab over to find your center. Always use your alignment tools for this. Okay, now it says to type the document title using correct capitalization. Whenever you capitalize your titles, make sure that you capitalize the first letter of each important word there. So I'm going to type in, if I can type correctly, capitalize title. And then it tells me to press my enter key one time. And so now notice that my cursor went down an extra space. The next direction is actually where you're starting your paper. So it tells you to align left by clicking the align left button. Again, you want to make sure that you use those alignment tools. So let me show you the alignment tools. Again, we're going to go to left align. And then you're going to press the tab key one time, only once. Press the tab key once. Notice it moves it over. I'm not going to hit my space bar to do that. I'm going to hit my tab key, and this is where I'm going to start typing my paper. And then you want to make sure that you only hit enter